How y'all doing? Pretty good.
Mike Vrabel had emphasized the importance of winning the second half throughout the week. How frustrating is it to kind of not be able to execute in that second half?
Obviously, falling short isn't ideal, but it's a lot to learn from. Obviously it's the first game, and I feel like, we're a good team. We got to earn the right to win each and every week. We didn't win this week. 24-hour rule, flush it, get back to work. We kind of already know what happened out there as far as what we didn't do right. So get back in the lab, correct it, and try to get back on track.
Did you learn something about what you guys are capable of by what you take from this and how you adapt from it?
I think it's a lot of lessons in the losses. When you win, you can kind of get by with, all right, we didn't do this well. But when you lose, you really got to pay details and be like, okay, all the things that didn't go right, let's pay a lot of closer attention to them.
What's top of the list to focus on as an offense?
Just executing, staying in the green. I think playing at a high level, we got a lot of guys that can make plays. But as far as staying in the green and consistently, making the right plays, being consistent.
Individually, how do you think you played?
Decent. It was my first game back. I was just happy to be back. There's a lot of players out there. We got a lot of players too, so doing my job is important to me, and I'm gonna continue to do that.
How y'all doing?
Kayshon, just you guys got off to a good first half, what have you, then seemed to struggle in that second half. What do you think the difference was? What kind of, was it communication issues or just some of the reasons why you couldn't move the ball there when you needed to in the second half?
I just think we all really got to be on the same track more. I don't know if we felt settled in at halftime because we was up or what, but it's just, the weather not exactly how we wanted. It's rainy. I just feel like we could have had more energy going into the second half.
Kayshon, the weather was definitely a factor. It changed throughout the week. During practice this week and then coming into today as it was not ideal conditions, did that impact you guys at all today since you guys were preparing all week for a relatively nice day?
We expected rain, but I think everybody really controlled their part of the game. So I know for us as receivers in the rain, just focusing more on the ball, slippery balls, just different things like that. So that's pretty much it.
Kayshon, career high 8 targets today, second straight game dating back to last season, more than 100 yards. Do you feel like, I know last year wasn't with Drake, but do you feel like this is an extension of training camp, the chemistry you've built with Drake today, what you put out on the field?
Yes, sir. Like you said, we've been working since OTAs, so just traveling from OTAs to training camp, just keep putting in the work every day, day in, day out.
Kayshon, how surprising was it to you about the energy in the second half, given what Coach Vrabel had talked about during the week about the importance of winning the second half in week one?
I just feel like, as we all know, we obviously didn't win the second half. So, just got to look back at the film tomorrow, see where we could have been better at, just figure it all out.
In the end, there were some guys that had good production today, but it was 10 points. Not a lot of long shots down the field. How does that develop with this offense and with this team and with yourself?
I think they more of a zone team, so they just taking away the deep balls, playing everything underneath. And, that was pretty much their scheme going into this week. They kind of switched it up on us a little bit, but it was great for us to see. We just got to be able to adjust to it next time.
After all the work you put in, Kayshon, as a group, how disappointing was it to not be able to come back and get the win? But also, what do you learn from this and you can take into next week down in Miami?
I wouldn't say it was disappointing, I just look at it like we can be better. Maybe we go back, watch film tomorrow. It's a couple plays that we left out on the field and can be better. But after we watch the film tomorrow, we go to Tuesday, put this game behind us, and just focus on next week.
Official NFL debut?
Yeah, it was cool, but we didn't win, so it really doesn't matter.
From your perspective, what happened on the 2 false starts? Was it a crowd noise there?
I just got to be better. I can't jump. Got to key into the snap count, so I take full responsibility. I got to fix it.
How much did things change? Just going from obviously the college experience to the preseason, seeing your first live action in a regular season game.
Yeah, it was good. We just got to be better. It doesn't really matter about how I enjoyed my individual experience. We didn't really win, so none of it really matters.
On the sack, was that just a miscommunication on the chip, or what from your perspective happened there?
Yeah, I just got to block it. There's nobody else other than me. So, yeah, got to get better. We'll watch the tape and learn from it and fix it.
How do you process a loss? Are you somebody that likes to sit and watch a ton of tape? Do you like to turn the page quickly? What is, the next couple hours, the next day going to look like for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think you just, look over what we could have done better as, a standpoint from up front, what I could have done better and what we could have done better collectively as an offense, because our defense played their balls off, and we just got to help them out. So, that's what we're going to do. We got to get in the film room and just find ways to get better.
Well,
Guys, let's take two more.
Well, did you guys come into this game feeling like you'd be able to run the football, and was it disappointing you didn't run it better?
Yeah, I mean, I think, it's a part of our plan to run the football. But, yeah, we just got to get better.
Will, did what happened today meet your expectations as a debut, and what was different than you might have expected or been told about a debut?
In what way?
Just like, you going into today, your first NFL game, what you expected to see, and then what might have been unexpected that happened today.
I mean, I think, it's the NFL. You expect a good team. We played a good team. Whenever we don't play up to our standard, it doesn't go our way, and that's exactly what happened. We just got to play better on offense and up front us.
Robert, obviously you guys got off to the, after you settled down, got off to a good start in that first half, won the half, didn't win the second half, which Mike preaches. Kind of what did you see from your perspective in that second half? They seemed to make some big plays, and what kind of hurt you as you went down the stretch?
Yeah, no doubt. We're going to have to look at the film and get the exact details on how we can clean up and learn from this and move on.
Robert, game one, year one of a new coach, new system, a lot of new faces like yourself here. What's the message in the locker room after something like this? You still have 16 more games to go and, a long road ahead of you.
Yeah, we got a long road ahead of us. It's a brand new team, brand new year. This is one game. We got a big week ahead of us to bounce back for Miami.
What do you learn from this that you can take out of this and move into next week?
You know what? I'm really proud of how our guys fought. We need to clean up the details. We need to get tighter coverage and get home better on the rush and stop the run and do all those things. And this is a continual process. So we will get in here tomorrow and work on everything.
Hey, Robert. It seemed like after that first drive, you guys really seemed to settle in, get some pressure on the quarterback there. What can you build off of what you were able to do there late first quarter into the second quarter?
Yeah, we just need to stay with it. Like Coach Vrabel preaches, that second half is where games are won and lost, and we just didn't play well enough in the second half to get the job done.
Robert, thank you. What was it about Geno Smith today that made him so difficult to stop? It seemed like there were a lot of plays where he was almost stopped, but he kept them alive and was able to make plays.
Yeah, I think he did a great job with the RPO, getting linebackers sucked up, myself included, and finding the soft spots in the zones behind. And we got to get in the lab and focus on it, because other teams are going to try to attack us this exact same way. They're watching the same film we're watching. I know Coach Vrabel and Coach T are going to have a great plan for us next week, and we're going to go forward with that.
You got to go back and look at the film room, see what we could have did better, and flush it and move on.
As far as just the unknowns of week one that we were talking about the whole time, how much did you feel like it was kind of just a matter of staying to the rules and kind of, handling the adjustments?
Yeah, just try to execute, and when we make adjustments, make sure we where we need to be when they want us to be there, and that's all we can do. I feel like we did a pretty good job stopping them on the ground. Got to do a better job in the air. Third, fourth down, got to make sure we get off the field. But, we just got to look at the tape, see what we can correct, and move forward.
Kind of felt like the ebbs and flows there in terms of being able to get pressure on Geno. It seemed successful at times there in the first half there.
We was getting back there. He was getting it out quick. They know what we got up front, so give them credit. Give them credit for their game plan, getting the ball out, and, give them credit for executing.
How, just in terms of the conditions out there, how much did that kind of play factor?
It wasn't too bad. It wasn't that bad. I ain't had to change my cleats, so it wasn't that bad. Felt actually pretty good to me.
Was that right?
Yeah. So.
What did Harold Landry provide for you guys today as far as spark?
No, just a veteran. No, he been there, done that. And, just see him. That's out there just executing at the D line. It's big for us, and it's going to continue that way. And we know the defense is going to go as far as the D line take us. And he was big for us today. We got to keep getting better and keep going forward.
Another positive, I mean, it seemed like the way you were kind of able to contain Genty there. I mean, would you make just your guys' run defense?
Yeah, I feel like we executed on the ground. Under 100 yards is always good for us. We knew coming in, they ain't drafting in the first round for no reason. He's going to get the ball, so he had to be ready for it, and I felt like we were. So, what we did was good. We could today.
And then just wrapping up, I mean, what was the message in here just as far as moving forward?
Like I said, watch the tape, get better, flush it. Week one. It's week one. It's a long journey. We got, 16 more games. Just build off of this one from the good, flush the bad, and try not to dwell on it too much. Get ready for next week.
Harold, kind of your thoughts on everything that took place today. You had 2.5 sacks. You had a good game, but not being able to finish second half and not being able to get it done as a group.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we came out with good energy. I felt like we settled down after that first drive, and I felt like you could see the glimpse of dominance that our defense has. And I think, Vray's been talking about it for several weeks now about, how this week one is going to come down to the second half. We've been emphasizing that a lot. And for whatever reason, we got to look at the film, but we didn't come out in the second half ready to take over the game and to win the game in the second half like how we've been practicing. But I mean, it's week one. Nobody in this league is going undefeated. We just got to come in ready to work tomorrow, learn from the corrections and move forward and improve, and that's it.
Harold, I know it's probably hard to process right after the game, but the first drive of the game defensively and then the first drive of the second half, what do you take from those drives in terms of what they were able to do and then how you were able to sort of recover from that?
Yeah, I mean, I gotta look at the film. I know one of the keys on defense was not giving up X plays, and we gave up too many X plays today. I think we probably had a couple in both of those drives. And that's just something, we got to look at the film and figure out why they were happening and just make the correction. But yeah, I can't really speak too much on that without looking at the film first.
Harold, talking about the explosive plays, is that more execution on their side of things or maybe miscommunication, failed assignments on your side?
Probably a little bit of both. I'm not sure. Like I said, we got to look at the film. I really can't speak on that right now, but you give it too many X plays in this league, it's hard to, those were the scoring drives lead from. So, yeah.
Harold, just how much can you build off of what you were able to do, after the interception late first quarter into the second quarter there? It was a good stretch for the defense. How much can you build off of that?
Oh, for sure. I mean, we all know on the defensive side of the ball, the sky's the limit for us. I think for us, it's just that consistency, snap in and snap out, and not having no lapses. But you can easily tell, we have so much potential on that side of the ball. And I think, like I said, we just got to come to work. Leaders got to lead, and we just got to come to work tomorrow, ready to improve, hunger to improve. But yeah, I mean, you could see it. This is an exciting defense. I'm excited to be a part of it. But like I said, we just got to be more consistent, snap in and snap out, and have no lapses.
Harold, I'm just curious what you kind of saw from the Raiders offensive line that kind of allows you to maybe get behind them a little bit more and kind of get in Geno's face a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, we knew that this game could be a game that we could dominate up front. I thought T had said it best, when he had talked to us before the game, how all week, we're talking about, who they have, and he's like, what, they need to be worried about who we have, and that really hit me. But I mean, we were prepared for this game. Felt like we had a great game plan. I felt like for the most part we went out there and executed. We just had too many lapses with X plays and not really making them earn it. But nah, I felt like you could definitely see how dominant we could be up front, and I think we just got to come in here ready to work tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? This is the NFL. It's on to the next week after you watch the film.
Harold, as someone who has experience with Mike Vrabel, I wonder just the next few days what his messaging is going to look like and what his corrections are going to look like with you guys.
Yeah, nah, I mean, it's going to be come in, be ready to work, make the correction, and you got to be hungry to improve. It's week 1. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to be talking about this week in a couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be ready to make the corrections, be critical of yourself, and just find ways to improve and find a way to be more consistent. But, I mean, Braves ain't going to change. Like, he knows what it takes to win in this league, and he knows that the guys just got to come in here ready to work. Appreciate it.
I mean, we all got to look ourselves in the mirror and kind of what we want to be. And, we have a long season ahead. It's just one game, but at the same time, every game's important. So, we got to learn from it fast and be able to get better fast.
It seemed like the offense had some rhythm going, especially in the second quarter, and then it stalled out a bit. What's your assessment of why that happened?
I don't know if I could pinpoint something right this second to you until I really break it down, but, I think it's on all of us. I mean, we got to make a play. Guys got to continue to do their job at a high level, and we just weren't able to execute the little details, and that comes back to bite you at this level.
Time of possession really stood out, especially in the second quarter. I think you guys held on to the ball for damn near 12 minutes. How good of a stretch can that be when you guys are kind of holding on to the momentum and maybe keeping the defense off the field?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was good. I think obviously they were on the field early, and then we were able to control it. Obviously we got to play better in the second half and be able to sustain some drives in the second half a little bit more, and just weren't able to do that today.
Coach was talking about that was kind of a point of emphasis there, just going through training camp the second half and finishing strong there. So, I mean, just how kind of frustrating is that?
Yeah, it's disappointing. It starts with myself, and I think everybody's got to look at themselves and what can we do to be better. I felt like we were in pretty good shape. It's just, executing some of those things in the second half a little bit better.
And then just how quick do you flush this? I mean, it was your first taste under the new system there. How much do you?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we got a lot to learn about tomorrow, but then obviously we got to flush it fast. So, another game's coming pretty soon.
May likes to go to you a lot. What's kind of been the process of establishing that strong, reliable connection?
A lot of reps, a lot of game reps, but we're still working through a lot of things just in this scheme, in this system. But he's a tremendous talent and continue to get better, and just try to be a guy that he can rely on.
Jaylinn, just a lot of good things for you guys defensively, and then kind of struggled at times. What'd you take out of this one that you can build on and move on to from next week?
I would say, man, for one, it wasn't good enough. We got to focus on the details, the little things that got us beat. No matter what call, no matter what we're in, we got to find a way. And that means, honing in on the details, playing team defense, not chasing things, and coming out that second half and carrying that momentum and finishing the second half. That's the biggest thing, and sticking together through that as a team and as a unit. So, yeah.
Jaylinn saw a lot of single coverage, including yourself, against Brock Bowers. Off the top of your head, can you do your best to remember kind of the plan going in against him, and specifically when you guys sent extra help?
We had a couple of doubles on him. We had some plans where we're leaning him and stuff like that. He did his thing, man. He had a good game. Good player. He did his thing. So, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Jaylinn, over here. Thank you. Right.
Yeah.
Right there. Thank you. A lot, obviously, to improve on in this game. You did have that interception. Can you tell us